right. Welcome to the 290 Moe podcast. I appreciate your time. If you could, introduce yourself to my viewers and listeners.
Peace, y'all. It's your homegirl, your soul sister, the queen of the ghetto gospel. You know it's Johni Demeatri.
For sure. Man, Johni.
How often do you get made fun of for the clap? I'm sorry, I just have to ask.
Not often. So what's crazy is, the clap is like professional.
Yeah.
It's the
with
like
your clicker, right? I remember you had that last time. Yeah.
So it's just when you a one man team, you know what I'm saying, you gotta make it work easy. And it's so the technology and shit is so raw.
Yeah.
Like the software I got now, I don't even have to do it. Like I just press a button and say line it up.
Yeah.
Do it by itself. But I'm so used to it now. But now I'm getting a little self conscious about it now that you just spoke on.
It was just a real, like, okay.
Yeah, so now
introduce yourself.
So now I'm gonna think about that after you leave, man. It might not be a clap on the third.
You know I gotta crack on you, man. I got to.
For sure. So, man, what's going on? It's like I feel like you like on a press run or something.
Man, yeah.
Did it big for your glow.
Yes. Just turned 30 March 15th. And I'm releasing my third and final EP. I dropped 2 EPs before this called Overdue and Final Notice. 420, you know what I'm saying? It's our holiday. I'm dropping Disconnected equals Cut Off. So I have really been on a run, a little promo run. At first it was to promote my party, to promote my 30th birthday. But now I'm really just promoting the tape and all things marketing, being smart about it for sure.
What I want to know is what's the motivation to get you out and doing these different things and being on these different platforms? What's motivating you to do that instead of just music?
Belief in the music.
For sure.
Sometimes people can do music and do whatever art that you are good at, just kind of as a hobby to get your rocks out, to get your shit off, but it's like when you believe in it, you want to see it excel, you know what I'm saying? And that's the groundwork. You're not going to excel without, putting your foot to the pavement. So that's all.
Okay. So if you don't mind me asking, I want to know, when in your career, and for the people who watching and listening, I know they probably used to me starting off with the where you from, you know what I'm saying? But y'all got to go check out Johni Demeatri part 1 on the podcast. Right. That's why we rapping like this. So if y'all want to know all that, check out the first interview.
Right.
But what I wanted to know is, I see a lot of artists, and I talk to a lot of artists that don't know the value or understand the value or investing in themselves or investing in their craft. When, how, you know what I'm saying? Why? When did you learn that part of the game?
When I learned that that's what labels do. And basically we get so suckered into signing $1 million deal, signing $2 million deal, but it's like when you sign that deal, it's really like a loan, These are people investing this money into you. Now, don't get me wrong. We was just talking about that. Like, hey, if somebody present me with the right deal, I'm not so independent to say I'm not going to take, the opportunity. But until that happens, it's like you have to invest in yourself, because that's what that's what you want them to do. So how can you expect somebody to do it for you if you ain't doing it for yourself,
Even to the point, you know what I'm saying, because I'm always watching, even to the point, you know what I'm saying, and congratulations on turning 30, but even using that, you know what I'm saying, to use your music to get to people and to connect to people. Was that always the plan, or was it like things just lined up that way? You're like, I might as well. How did that come together?
Yeah, definitely lined up that way. My friends, my girl, they basically just talked me into having a party, for my 30th birthday. And I was, knowing that I wanted to release some music, knowing that I had the music prepared, I just used it all together and it worked. It ended up being like more of a success than I thought it would be, for real. Like it was nice.
Okay.
For sure.
Did you plan that? And does that, like, you know what I'm saying? Because in this age, you see artists more and more cut out the middleman. You know what I'm saying? Do you think this will lead to you, doing your own events? You know what I'm saying, on something like that, or it was just birthday thing, do it big, back to reality.
You know how it's some people like Adele or Anita Baker, like they're not, in the tour life so much, and it's like when they do a tour, it's like grand, because that's how I want to be. I won't lie, I want to be like that. When it comes down to doing events, though, it definitely opened my eyes. That's I want to say it's like really like the second party that I've ever thrown, especially when it comes down to like showcasing and things like that. So the second time that I've really done it, and like I said, big success, So I see that it is power in doing it in moderation. You know what I mean? And that's what I say. Like, instead of being somebody that uses and abuses, like, oh, I'm a promoter now, I'm doing this, I'm having a show every other week. It's like, nah, do it from your heart, So I can see myself doing it from my heart again, for sure. Yeah.
Okay, that's dope, man, because it's definitely showing, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So with you putting in that part of the game, putting in the work on that part of the game, are you working on music at the same time, or do you work on the music push, or do they?
Yeah, I'm in the studio so much to where it's like a common. It's just so common to just have a new song, or I just went and recorded this. I'm recording. So when it comes down to the music, I know that that's gonna come. It's something that's so fluent to where I'm not tripping on that at all. It's definitely about the business now, and about the marketing and knowing how to, like I said, pretty much execute the gift and get it out there to where it's like, okay, you got the music, so how you gonna do it? So that's where I am with my career now.
Okay, so we got a upcoming project, and it's part 3 of a series.
Yes.
Okay, so is it the conclusion, or is it
conclusion?
Is this okay?
Yeah.
So with this coming to a conclusion, what type of evolution do you think it'll show for somebody, checking out the work from 1 to 3? Or is it the same thing?
I would definitely say it's internal, and it's investing in self. It's kind of like a full circle of what we just talked about. Like I said, with my first project, it was overdue, and basically just knowing that you have what it takes, and you want it, and if you want it, you gotta use what you have. You have what it takes to get it, So it's like it's overdue, like that's where I was with that shit. It was just totally overdue. So when I got into it, that's where I, kind of started from, and then I continued it with the final notice, and disconnected equals cut off. Once again, it's the conclusion of it, and yeah, this is probably my most solid one. I won't lie.
Okay.
It's my. Yeah, we gonna hear 420.
That title sounds deep. You know what I'm saying? Is this a synopsis for the project, or is it just a vibe?
I would say a bit of both. Like I said, it started with overdue being definitely where I was in life. And obviously the synopsis would continue on with the final notice and the disconnected equals cut off, but it definitely comes into a vibe because shit, you gonna feel it. You just gotta hear, you gonna hear that.
cut deep, just with the title. So definitely excited to see everything you do with that. So just piggybacking off of what we discussed there, investing in yourself with this project coming up. As an artist, do you feel like it's more feasible to invest in a song or the entire project? Like, what's your way to attack that?
I would say both, and I was actually recently having this conversation too, because when it comes down to being an independent artist, people like me and like yourself, it's a harder kind of situation for us to penetrate the system when we competing against such major labels. So with releasing a project, it can, a lot of the greatest songs can get pushed to the bottom because of the one that sparks. So because of the one that sparks, you seeing the importance of singles. You know what I mean? But the whole entire project is what keeps you relevant. Like, okay, well, you got this single. Do you have a comeback? So the album or the project is like the comeback, but the single is like what makes you hot. So I think that they are just as important as each other, and you have to find a way to market both. And my plan was, basically releasing my project, but still executing them as singles. So the project is there for people who, are quick minded and it's like, okay, I heard this song, I heard your single, what's next? But it's some people that's like, okay, I like this single, let me say what you got to it. You got a video, you got this, you got that. So it's like, I think it's important to release the project but still put just as much marketing into each song, and make it intelligent. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. For the people with a couple dollars, if they had to pick one, what would you advise them to do? Invest in that single that you think is that, or the entire project?
Single.
Okay.
Single for sure.
I'm just curious because I'm trying to start my own record label, so I'm just getting a little game from everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
We discussed the promotion of the project, so I want to talk about the production real quick. Who's on it, as far as producers, artists? Is that something you could talk about this time?
Yeah, definitely a lot of dope Chicago producers. We got my boy D Vocals, who's basically like the mastermind of the tape. He's not just the producer, but vocal coach. He's the engineer. He is the person who helped me the most with my upcoming tape. So big accolades to him for that. My boy Money Bags came through. I'm not sure if you know Money Bags. Yeah, for sure.
Familiar.
Came through and blessed me with a single. My guy Jay Kill came through and blessed me with a single. Got my girl Bree Nikhil. She definitely dropped some vocals on there. Mr. E, he gave me some vocals. So it's Chicago. It's Chicago, and most importantly, it's West Side. What's up?
Okay, hey, I love that, man. 290 for sure. I want to know, how did you bring, all these talents together? Did you reach out specifically? Did you have a song like, I want this person on it? How did that go?
A lot of the blessing came to me. I reached out to some people, but I would say a lot of it came to me. When it comes down to, like I said, the mastermind D Vocals, just the evil, to say, it's just the evil genius. Definitely somebody who kind of took me under his wing and very intelligent in the whole game, and it's just like, nah, I want to work with you. He told me once, like, nah, you got a piano in your throat. And he from there, it's like he helped me out a lot, and with a lot of the music, it just happened naturally. Me and Money Bags, like I said, we just made a song, and just so happened Bree Nikhil decides to roll up in the studio, and she was able to put some vocals on it, and that made the tape. So definitely something that the vibe just came to me. I say I attracted it.
Okay. Real quick, let's talk about the song selection that's on the project. Was you in a situation where you had to pick from a list of songs, or did you have just enough? Did you have to leave some out?
Yeah.
What was that process like?
I would say all of that. I was in a position where I had just enough. I did leave a couple of them out because of I didn't like one and I was blessed with the other. You know what I'm saying? So one of them I'm still working on it, and I'm not just gonna put it out there just for the sake of. If we gonna invest in ourselves, that shit gotta be right. So I'm still working on that one, and then with the other one, God came through and set me down with it and said, hey, I can do a lot of things with this song, so instead of just putting it out there, I'm definitely being patient with that one. And the rest of them, yeah, like I said, they just came through the vibe, just being in the studio, being blessed with so many different opportunities, people sending me beats and things like that. And a lot of the music really reached my heart to where it's like, man, nah, this shit is something that I would invest in. I believe in it for real.
Okay, that's dope. Earlier we talked about how the party came together and we mixed it with the music. So, is there any strategic things going on with the release of the next project? Is it anything? Do you? Well, let me word it like this: do you pay attention to like what's going on around the dates that you plan to release? Like who else releasing? What's going on? Is that something you pay attention to, or you just that's my date? It's dropping.
Yeah, most definitely pay attention to it. That's why I feel like I was so blessed with the date of the party. It was 4 days before my 30th birthday, but nobody else had a party that weekend. And if they did, it was, I didn't know about it. So definitely think that's important just to have pretty much on the day that we can shine. But I chose 420, and I know it'll probably be a lot of releases, but it's a smokers holiday. It's almost like Juneteenth.
There's gonna be a lot of people listening to music. You know what I'm saying? Trying to catch a vibe.
Yeah, it's a holiday to where people kind of come together. And I think it's a perfect release for somebody like me.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's dope. Okay, so in your own I'm gonna say. In your own words, if you don't mind me asking, up to this point, in this current moment, how would you grade your career up to this right now? This level, do you feel like you're doing good? Your personal grade. Do you feel like you be doing more, doing enough?
I would give it an A, and I don't want to sound cliche, but I would give it an A because of the amount of spirituality that really is a part of my career. It's like no matter what, you can feel it. You can feel the spiritualness, and you can feel that even through the challenges, you can feel that this is what a person is made for. And it's like when you walk in that, how can you be anything other than an A? How can even the challenges, like this is real for me. It's not something that I'm just choosing to do. It's not a gimmick. It's not just a hobby. Like this is who I am, so I would have to take it all as A plus even, when I think about God and think about all of the things that, like I could have been and all of the like bullshit that I had to overcome to get here. It's like, man, for sure. So it's like A when it comes down to effort and when it comes down to perseverance and talent and just a gift, not allowing any of the challenges to separate you from that, even when it can't drive a wedge, but it's like just staying true. I would be wrong to give it anything other than A. For sure. I would be doing God a disservice. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Understandable.
Yeah.
So, even in life, everything got a yin and yang to it, you know what I'm saying? So if you had to say what's your least favorite part of the game or the industry? Of doing what you do. Well, if you could cut one thing out, what would it be?
I would just say like the messiness and like all of the hate and jealousy and things like that. Like if we can, I feel like music is obviously harmonious. Harmony is different things working together to be one. So without all of that, it's like that shit could be, like me and you, we sitting here together. It's not like you a person that's rapping or some shit like that, but the music has pretty much brought us together to create, you know what I'm saying? So if all of the hate and shit didn't exist and all of the jealousy and people hating on you for building such a good platform, if that shit didn't exist, we would totally be so much farther. But it can be, like the crab in the bucket mechanism, to where it's like a person can see you climbing and just pull you down just because of the hatred of that. So that would probably be the biggest thing for me, is just us being, more unified and like I said, harmonious, to where we can work together instead of hating on each other. Like, what do we get from that anyway?
Okay.
Yeah.
That's dope, man. It's like I feel like it's hard to form the question I want to ask, but like, where do you get like your aura from? Like, it's kind of like peaceful. Like you seem like you always like calm. I don't know how to explain it. Like, are you into like rocks or something? Not drugs, but like, like the chakra.
Smoke rocks.
Like the crystals, and people seem like you got some.
Yeah.
Is it yoga or something? Like, it's like out the bar. Don't nothing bother me. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing this full throttle.
Man, I should be doing yoga, but no, I'm definitely a person of meditation. Real godly, real spiritual individual. Church girl by nature.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So things do bother me, and I'm a person that believe it or not, I've had different struggles with anger and just things that are not peaceful, and that's comes from within. So when it comes down to the energy that I give off, I'm very attentive to that. I'm very alert of myself and knowing how to be a good vibe and things like that. So I rock my stones.
Okay.
Sure. So
I get it now. It's like a Incredible Hulk thing. Like, you don't want to see me when I'm angry. So I just stay calm.
Man, yeah, that's a good thing that's better way I could even say it.
Great.
Sure.
Okay, so if you don't mind me asking, talk to me about your support system. I talk to a lot of artists and just creatives, period. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes they don't think the support is adequate to the crowd they have around them. Is that something that you take note of? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I think it's because of focus. A lot of the times we can totally be just not focused on who's supporting us because of the people that are not supporting us. So it's like, I could totally downplay you and be like, oh man, yeah, that little shit one shit, because it's 500 people over here that's, not paying me any attention. But it's like, I have this right before me that's showing me so much love, and it's like, oh, okay, well, nah. So I feel like your support is not up to par because of where you are with it. It's like, why you ain't supporting your support? You know what I mean? You want all of this support, but the people that support you don't support them. So what the fuck? Like, what you think you gonna get out of it? When it come down to me, I feel like I'm a very supported person, and I'm gonna leave it at that. Like, man, I know I got a big support system. I know people love me. I know people enjoy my gift, most importantly. So I'm not gonna, man, I wouldn't give a fuck if it was 100, 1,000, or 1. Thank you so much for, being here and supporting me, for real.
Okay.
No doubt.
Dope answer. So what I want to know is, with the type of work you do, you know what I'm saying, it's a very high potential that you're going to come into some life-changing money, you know what I'm saying?
Sir.
So you're going to have them 500s, you know what I'm saying? But now you got people that's cousin, you know what I'm saying, niece, you know what I'm saying? Are you going to be like, man, I need 3 bars, you know what I'm saying, for y'all to, or is it just like, come on, man? Is that something you pay attention to, like, the people around you, or is it just,
I'm the type of person, man, I always been a giver. It feel better for me to give than to be stingy. I feel like if a person is asking you for something, now don't be manipulated and don't just be a walking lick and let a motherfucker do you any kind of way. But, if you got it to give, just go ahead and give it. I always been, I be saying all the time, like, I'm a player, so just keep shit play. If you got it, then hey.
Okay.
Give it out.
Okay.
Why not?
That's what I say, man. Y'all got to give her, man. You get a life coach or something, man. So with with you still doing music overall, what would you say is your favorite part of the entire process from scratch to finish? What's your from the recording to performing to working with other artists? What would you say your favorite part of the entire thing is?
I would say releasing and reception. Having somebody to really receive what you release. You know, and it could be just simply thought in your head, you know, that ends up being like this dope ass song. And then before you know it, you got people in the crowd singing it, and you looking at people knowing the words to something that, like I said, it just started as a thought in your head, you know. So
It's dope.
Definitely just the release of that and to see people receive that is one of the biggest reasons to keep going, for sure.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Okay, cool. If you don't mind me asking, are you in any like label situations, manager situations, and if so, can you speak on it?
Yeah, I got a management deal with Urban Grind, Wally Lockhart. Definitely a great manager. He's led me to a lot of good places. He helped me get to MTV. We doing some big things with this up and coming tape. I won't speak too much on that, but we definitely doing some big things with that. Shout out to Urban Grind, my whole team. I'm actually supposed to be there right now, so edit that part out of the show.
Yeah,
you
for
know,
sure,
don't nobody.
It's gonna come out late.
But for sure, definitely got to give him his accolades when it come down to it. He keep his foot in my ass. He don't play no games with me, and I know that leads right back into my support system. Like, he definitely got my back. So for sure, shout out to Wally.
Okay.
Grind.
Talk to me about some of your goals. You seem so, you know what I'm saying, and I know we all grown and stuff. I don't even like make it seem like you a kid now, but you seem so well put together. Like, you know what I'm saying, you know what you got going on. So
yeah,
what's the goals? What do you do this for?
Definitely to reach the masses, and it's not only for money, but obviously, you know what I'm saying, we trying to get the cheddar. We gonna put that into the universe for sure, and just say we are attracting wealth with our gifts and all opportunities that come forth. You know, we are receiving, but basically to really reach God's people. You know, like I said, I'm a real church girl, you know, and a lot of people would say, well, you know, you should do gospel music. Why don't you, you know, but I ain't trying to be Yolanda Adams or nothing like that, but I'm still trying to, and I'm not trying, I still am reaching, you know, the people of God, basically, by just putting that good energy out there and still being one of the forces that helps the world go round, you know, and just being a vessel to, I feel like that's what music is. Shout out to Ocho Mexico. I said this in another one of my interviews, but he's somebody who said music is one of the only things that enters your body without permission. You know what I'm saying? So just knowing that you have the type of power to do that and do it good, you know what I'm saying? To like, you're gifted at it. It's like you gotta do it right.
That's
you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm in it to do it right and basically just reach the masses and reach the world with peace and good energy and you know what I'm saying, somebody that's just about human life and being proactive and shit.
Okay. I was finna get ready to let you get up out of here, but I got another question real quick, just about, I've been trying to get out a lot more, and I've been noticing like artists perform, you know what I'm saying? Some artists seem like, you know what I'm saying, they put in some thought into it. Some artists just stand there and perform. What's your thoughts on performing? What's your favorite type of way to perform? Do you choreograph in any way?
I can't dance worth shit.
It don't gotta be choreographing, gotta be dancing, but you know what I'm saying? Just like I seen your birthday footage, you know what I'm saying? Just like how you walked in and seen a little choreograph, you know what I'm saying? So is it
actually no, that was all just, you know, that was natural.
That
it
was flawless,
really just
man.
it was just a vibe. And it just happened that way. When it come down to me and performing, I'm a person of feeling. You know, so like I said, I came there. I groove with you. Don't get me wrong, but nah, none of the the choreographed steps, no choreography. But I'm the type of person I just like to feel it. So as much as I like to feel it with my voice, I feel it with my body, and just just let go, just let it go, and just let the people receive me, and feel me for sure.
Okay. Definitely appreciate you coming through, you know what I'm saying, and sharing yourself and your art with my viewers and listeners.
So,
If you could just talk to me and people watching about what can they expect if they, you know what I'm saying, check out Johni Demeatri today. What can they expect?
man, a lot of soul, a lot of heart, a lot of feeling, a lot of real shit. I'm the type of person I like to be relatable, and that's what they call me the queen of the ghetto gospel, and that's basically what that really is about. Just having someone that you can relate to, and not having someone that you can relate to, having someone that relates to you. You know what I'm saying, and just not being alone in that shit. So when you listen to me and when you listen to my music, just know you got your family with you. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Your soul sister.
For sure. What's what we got coming up?
420. I am dropping my third and final EP from
And I didn't
my
even ask. I'm
mixtape.
sorry. Is there anything surrounding you having the smoke out? You know what I'm saying?
Well, I did have, I had my 30th birthday, so that was like a pre-listing party or whatnot. So, I don't know. I might do a little
Did they hear the whole album?
Huh?
Did they hear the whole EP?
Actually, man, it was so lit. They heard most of it. I want to say they heard a good amount, but it was so lit, man. I only gave them a snippet. Okay. So 420, you will be able to hear the whole entire tape, which is called Disconnected Equals Cut Off. Y'all know I had Overdue. I had Final Notice. So now Disconnected Equals Cut Off drops 420. It's a smoker's holiday. So bring all your feelings, all your emotions. Get in your feelings. It's time to get in your feelings, 420.
Okay,
For sure.
okay.
It's happening.
Appreciate you coming through. Appreciate your time. I definitely see you out here working. So before you go, real quick, where can they find the music? Where can they interact with you? Where can they network and do some music? All that good stuff.
You can find me everywhere on everything at Johni Demeatri. And I know that it's not that. It don't even sound easy to spell. I know it. Even if you spell it wrong, you still gonna find your girl.
Yeah, that's all I said. I don't even put the Demeatri part.
Yeah,
Johnny D, it's gonna come up.
You gonna find your girl. So check me out for sure.
Okay. We finna do this in a booth performance. Make sure y'all go check that out. Okay. In a minute, y'all.
In a minute.